Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Get Ready with Us. So today, while getting ready, we're gonna talk about the interesting world of Philippine history. So now I have here my makeup pouch and my makeup basket. So I have it here. This is what I bring to school. So yeah, we're getting ready. Let's talk about the book. So I'm not sure if I'm doing it right, but yeah. So the book I'm talking about is called Successos de las Islas Filipinas. So which translates in English, which means events in the Philippine Islands. So it was published on 1609 by Antonio de Morga. So it is considered a cornerstone of the Philippine colonial history.
Now, Morga wasn't your average historian. He was a Spanish official who actually lived in the Philippines for many years. So this book isn't just based on dusty documents. It's packed with a first-hand observation of the events and unfolded during that time. But there's the interesting part. Sucesos de las Islas Filipinas isn't just about battles and conquest. Morga also delves into the lives of the Filipinos themselves. He describes their costumes, traditions, and even their pre-colonial religion. This makes the book incredibly valuable because it offers a glimpse into Filipino culture before Spanish influence.
So what's even more interesting is that this book caught the eye of none other than the Philippine national hero, which is Jose Rizal. So Rizal was so impressed by successes that nag-decide siya nga i-annotate niya o magpublish og new edition. You can see my face. So, nakita niya ang book as a way to understand the Philippines past and use that knowledge to shape its future. So, there you have it. Successes de las Islas Filipinas. So, offers a unique perspective on a pivotal period in the Philippine history. So, it is a must read for anyone interested in exploring the roots of Filipino identity. So now, Successos de las Islas Filipinas is more than just a dusty old book. So it's a key piece of Philippine history. So offering a glimpse into bygone era. So if you are curious to learn more about Successos de las Islas Filipinas, stay tuned because wala pa tanangan. And I'm not yet done with my sunscreen.
So Antonio de Morga. Antonio de Morga wasn't your average dude. This 16th century Spaniard was like a walking resume. Let's break down his impressive skill set. Talk about a dynamic duo. De Morga served his country in the military while also holding a doctorate in law. Imagine being both tough and brainy. That's Morga for you. Also, government service was his jam. For a whopping 43 years, he held positions in the Philippines from 1594 to 1604, New Spain, and even Peru. This guy saw a lot of the world during the Spanish colonization era. But perhaps his most impactful contribution came after his stint in the Philippines. De Morga had a thirst for knowledge, and that led him to become a historian.
So Antonio de Morga had a couple of reasons of his writing his book, which is entitled Sucesos de las Islas Filipinas. In English term, Event in the Philippine Islands. Here are the two main goals of his book, which is the first, commemorate Spanish achievements. Morga wanted to document and celebrate the accomplishments of his fellow Spanish in the Philippines. This included their explorations, conquest and conversions efforts in these islands. And also, the second one is to provide an objective account. Morga aimed to create a factual and an unbiased record of the Philippines during the Spanish colonizations. He distinguished himself from religious chronicles of the time by striving for a more neutral perspective. So, overall, Morga's purpose in this writing is mag-provide o historical record as Spanish experience the Philippines and to highlight their successes. So mo to yung main goals about sa yung book na Sucesos de las Islas Filipinas.
Get ready with me and let's talk about the Unveiling the Past with Rizal's annotations. So what exactly is Sucesos? So it's a historical account written by Antonio de Morga way back in 1609. So here, isplash na to ang book written by Antonio de Morga with his image, no? So it's way back 1609. But ngano si Jose Rizal, our national hero, cares so much about this old text? Well, that's where it gets interesting, guys. So si Jose Rizal kay siya, scholar and patriot. So he felt deeply yearning to rediscover the Philippines pre-colonial past. So Spanish narratives often portrayed Filipinos as primitive before Spanish arrival, no? So pangit kayo kay ginatawag ta nila primitibo sa tuang lugar. In fact, Philippines is dayo lang sila, no? So, Rizal wanted to fight back against that. So, ipaglaban gid ni Rizal ang atong rights before pa, no? So, grabe gyud. So, nakita niya ang Sucesos as a treasure trove. So, Morga documented things like social structures, mga writing systems, o mga trade networks. And by the way, guys, ang primary goal ni Antonio de Morga sa Success de las Islas is ga-document siya sa events during sa Spanish colonial period sa Pilipinas na naobserbahan sa niya. So, Morga's work is based on personal experience, no? So, from eyewitness yun siya, as he tells us himself. And by the way, guys, si Antonio de Morga kay usa siya ka survivor from Legazpi's expedition. So, still alive gyapon siya. Murag way pud to niya sa pag-document, no? Document niya ang nahitabo sa way back sa Spanish colonial. By highlighting these annotations, so Rizal aimed to prove the existence of a flourishing Filipino civilization before the colonization. But Rizal didn't just rewrite history. He also tackled the negative stereotypes associated with the term Indio but used by the Spanish. So, manay lang tawag sa ato Indio. Before during the Spanish colonization. Indio. Yes, Morga tried to be objective, but even historical accounts can be biased. So, Rizal, being a sharp thinker, saw through that he uses annotations to provide a more balanced perspective, and he might point out inconsistencies and details about indigenous practices Morga missed. So, mas point out ni Rizal ang mga inconsistencies, nag-add siya mga details, no? Nag-add siya details about sa mga indigenous practices na to. Nga si Morga wala niya na appeal, na miss niya. So, Morga's interpretation, na misrepresented niya ang situation, no? So, this method made the gaps and complexity of the Spanish governments evident. So, it was similar to illuminating what lay behind Morga's supposedly objectives. But, there's more. Rizal, he believed nga ang strong national identity nato nga Filipino was a key to a Filipino liberation. So, grabe yung trust si Rizal sa ato sa atong pagka Filipino national. So, by making successes more accessible with his annotations and reinterpretations, so nag-hope si Rizal nga there's a spark of sense and pride in Filipino heritage. So guys, imagine Filipinos learning about their ancestors' achievements o ang ilang rich cultural traditions, also the resistance of colonizations. This newfound knowledge, guys, could fuel a desire for us Filipino to be more self-determination and our national unity, guys. So that's the power of Rizal's annotation. Rizal's major goals in writing the annotations of Antonio Morga's Sucesos de las Islas Filipinas were to challenge the negative views of Filipino history by the Spanish colonizers and set the record straight, as well as to shed the light of Filipino civilization during the Spanish colonial period.
And there we have it. The girls are feeling confident and ready to take on the day. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more GRWN fun and maybe some future history content. Who knows? Until next time, stay saucy.
So, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you learned something. So, if you're interested in learning more about your roots or just curious about the Philippines colonial past, I highly recommend checking out Sucesos de las Islas Filipinas. So, thanks again for joining us in this historical Get Ready With Me adventure.